Don Sweeney saying out of the gate that questions about that need to be posed to the league. He, I believe, chastised the media.
I can't believe he did
asking Jim Montgomery about the officiating after the game last night.
I accidentally pressed the talk back to T-Bone. I go, oh, wow. Oh, my God. He's telling you you reporters, the media, how to ask questions. You guys are in the wrong here. You need to handle yourself better. Asking Montgomery questions. Like, is this standard operating procedure? Just to have these sit-downs with the media? You know, as a series is going on? I thought there was going to be something where I'm going out of my way to address this. No, they're all taking that high road. I'm stunned by it. I stand by my Montgomery comments.
I told you he wasn't going to rip. I told you you're going to be disappointed. I told you you'd be disappointed that he's not going to do it, and he didn't do it, but I did not expect Don Sweeney to tell the media not to ask a coach about a play he challenged.
How dare you?
What, are we stupid? Are we all supposed to be stupid along with the league here, Don? Come on.
How about him?
I mean, that's an objectively stupid thing for him to call these guys out for.
How about him questioning?
You shouldn't be asking the coach about he challenged the play. Right. You've got to ask him about it.
They talked about it where they said they thought Swayman was able to still defend with that right kick.
That question, was that Roche?
I think so. It was Dan Roche.
He got all fouled up there. What he meant to say was the league believed Swayman could still defend the entire crease. What he was saying instead was they believed there was no way he could. I'm like, no, you're saying it wrong. You've got it reversed.
It was but it's exactly what transpired during that play was exactly the way 69 was written. That if you're hit from behind and that forces you into your own goaltender, thus impelling him and preventing him from making a play on the puck, and the puck is good, the goal's nullified. So it was talked about after the fact, even on the broadcast, that, then they thought Swayman could still make a play on that, which he could not. I'm stunned. You nailed it. I mean, you called it. You're on a heater. You're going to make it tonight. I'm going to play whatever you're playing.
Yeah.
So he had the comment
Saddle up next to me. I'm hot.
He had the comment about the league should answer for these calls, right?
Yeah, he did. He did kind of say that he wants something more than a statement from the league. He wants those guys to step in front of a mic with more transparency to answer for those calls. That he doesn't believe it's Jim Montgomery's job. He believes it's the league's job to do that.
It felt like he was most upset last night about how questions were asked of Montgomery that he felt he had to have a press conference today to get that out to the media. You need to do a better job with your questions. Because we're not talking about that other stuff. Because we're just going to get fined anyway. So he didn't call for a press conference to talk about going at the league or the refs. You don't call press conference to defer. So, my takeaway from this whole press conference is he's got a problem with the media. Would you agree with that? What's your main talking points coming out of this press conference?
I mean, he would probably try and claim that he was really talking about the league. He was not chastising the media, but the way it came off, the media certainly got their back up right away.
We'll replay it.
Whoa, what do you want me to say here?
We'll replay it on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded that way, but he's going to tell you, no, I was saying that the league is the one that needs to be asked these questions. It was really a criticism of the league. I know what his defense would be.
Right.
But it sounded like he was pissed that people were asking Montgomery about it last night.
Monty was put on the spot.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Which is silly. That's a silly thing to be upset about. He did reveal a moment ago that the Bruins did not have the view of Bennett Marchand that we all saw until last night. Ty Anderson tweeting that Sweeney does not know why it was withheld until last night, that reverse angle of the play. Well, at some point, people were able to get a hold of it.
Well, puck dropped at 6:30. Nesson pregame, right, T-Bone? They had it.
So at some
You're the
point,
team playing in the series. Your player is out. I think they would.
Not only that, you can see it from the original angle.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not as obvious and apparent.
You got to look for it.
Yeah, because I didn't think much of it to begin with, and then I heard that the Bruins thought it was dirty, and I thought, well, why do they think it was dirty?
Again,
you watch it again, you're like, oh yeah, he did. He clocked them.
Like you brought that into attention today too. The butt of the sticks in that right hand too. So
Yeah.
it's that again. Rodriguez on the bench, getting up, looking, knowing it was bad, and Bennett just turning around after he did it to make sure no one saw that. Right? Wow. But you better ask better questions. That's all. Be better at your questions.
Ask better questions.
About the hockey game.
Don Sweeney is a coward. Don Sweeney is chicken bleep for not calling out the league. You know what he's really chicken bleep for? Saying things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a volume team.
Quality versus quantity here. You don't understand that. Like, it's like
Quality versus quantity.
we had,
So
we had a discussion with Fred this morning about, like, hey, what kind of dogs you want to buy? You get what you pay for, man. You get the very nice breed, right? You pay a lot of money for it.
50 shots over 3 games is not a problem in his mind because they're not a high volume team.
Oh, boy.
Is there any downside to being a high volume shot team in the NHL? Just asking for reference. Is that potentially a bad thing?
Don't think so, no.
Is there any downfall to shooting more and having more shots? What number is too many when it comes to shots on goal? I would like to know. And this is why I find that to be ridiculous. Because he's unafraid to say, or he is afraid to say, excuse me, that his guys just aren't good enough.
He doesn't have the horses. He knows he has
roster
horses.
that he built is just not good enough. He just won't say that. He won't say that the roster is underperforming in any way because it's his roster.
I think he's floored that this year's roster has gone farther than last year's. I think he's probably actually, you get him on a truth meter, he's floored by it. Why do you call the press
I
conference?
mean, they average 30 shots a night in the regular season. They've now been almost cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just confused. I'm sorry. I don't fully follow that. You were saying so?
I don't,
What's the point?
What was the purpose of calling a press conference?
I don't know.
Is he trying to control the narrative here? What's talked about with the team and how it's written, or questions being asked like that? Again, I go back to, okay, we're not a high volume, like bullet points from this. We're not a high volume team. League needs to handle things, and you guys need to ask better questions about hockey to the coach. Should be asking him about the game, and not a call or a hit or a penalty.
Well, the funny thing is, Patrick Maroon followed up Don Sweeney at Hanscom, inside the hangar out there at Hanscom, and Pat Maroon, quote, "We're still not putting enough pucks on the net."
But they're
So
not a high volume team, though.
I feel like there's a disconnect there because, as Ty Anderson tweeted, both Montgomery and Sweeney continue to say the Bruins are not a volume shooting team, while players continue to say they need to shoot more. It's become confounding.
Yeah, Pat didn't get the talking points, huh? Whoops.
I mean, wasn't it indicative that, you were down, 15-5 when you had the 2-goal lead? The 5-year shots, 2 went in. Isn't that more of a give you more of a prerogative to put more shots on? Like, just, hey guys, he's not seeing it well tonight. Let's keep going at him. Or do they look at those? Those are really selective, good, low quantity, high quality shots. That we'll take the 2 goals with the 5 shots as opposed to pestering them with 15 to 30 shots. Shooting on net with bodies in front of you creates panic in net. When you can't see stuff, like at the end, I thought the Bruins scored. I thought the Bruins scored under 30 seconds left because you had that one shot from Pasta and then you had another one. McAvoy, like, I thought they got one in because I don't think Bobrovsky saw where the hell the puck was. And they got a lucky block, a lucky bounce. I still don't understand the purpose of this before getting on the plane.
Yeah, this was disappointing from Sweeney. I'm not going to lie to you. This is disappointing. Like, either call out the team, right? We're not playing well enough.
I think he wanted to get his message to the press. He didn't like the way the postgame went.
He tried to call out the league in a way. He tried to get way too cute with it. Tried to call out the league and the officiating without calling him out so he doesn't get fined.
It's on them to determine it.
Yes.
We've seen all the angles. You know our take on it, our stance.
There is encouraging news on Brad Marchand. Sweeney said that Brad Marchand skated this morning and will travel to Florida. He is on the trip. I mean, that to me is an encouraging sign. I don't know if that means he'll be back if they can extend the series, but we'll see. He's considered day-to-day.
Yep.
It's encouraging, at the very least, that there's a chance he makes it back. But they're on the brink of elimination now. And I'm not sure what Don Sweeney's purpose in speaking today was. The thing that he seemed most adamant about was the media not questioning the coach and instead trying to question the league. Does he think the media is going to be able to get the league in front of a mic? I mean, does he think they can make that happen?
I don't know. I mean, if I'm one of the media members at this thing, I come out of there tuck and tail. Like, I can't ask this stuff about the league. I got to go ask. Damn it, I got to ask 3-period hockey questions.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here.
For more Bruins analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.